Hello everyone, welcome to the Anime Recap Media YouTube channel. Please like the video, subscribe to help our channel and enjoy this full video.
The mysterious hooded figure from Lang Dorm stealing a gold coin from someone from Orca Dorm. Meanwhile, Lance plans to locate Lang Dorm's location to swipe their gold coins. Lance hands Mash his Adler Dorm robe to help Mash remember the dorm he's a part of. Lemon tells Mash and Lance to follow her to see Tom, who isn't as upbeat or passionate. He tells Mash and the others that he mysteriously woke up in a hospital bed and feels like he temporarily can't use magic. He speculates someone may have drained his powers. Lance realizes other students are in hospital beds. Tom says the others are going through the same problems as himself. Lemon gives Mash a good luck cream puff charm to keep him safe. Lance and Mash patrol the academy at night. Finn and Dot join the fray. They spot Lemon but realize it's a puppet iteration of her. Mash and the others track it down and find a dead end. Dot and Finn hear a creepy creaking noise and freak out. Lance uses his Disclose spell to reveal a secret door on the floor. Mash uses his strength to open the door. They follow the path and find an ancient dueling ground. One of Third Fong's accomplices arrives and says he plans to eradicate them for intruding. This boy tells them to wager coins and challenge him if they want to proceed. Dot challenges him out of jealousy of his good looks. Meanwhile, we cut to Mr. Wahlberg speaking with someone at the Bureau of Magic. This person tells Wahlberg that 6 of Death Row's most notorious inmates from Hecatrice escaped thanks to Innocent Zero. Meanwhile, the boy taunts Dot during their fight. He claims to be stronger than Silva. Dot outsmarts this person and defeats him despite the odds. Mash and Lance get whisked away to different rooms, while Finn and Dot get sent to the same room. Lance meets the third Fong of Magia Lupus, Worth. Dot and Finn meet the fifth and fourth Fong, Love, and Milo. Mash meets the mysterious person who saved Olor and Answer. He's the second Fong of Magia Lupus, Abyss Razor. Abyss tells Mash he can't use magic but has his reasons for being here. Worth overwhelms Lance and tries to convince him to join Magia Lupus. Lance objects, telling Worth he's second-rate, and they continue fighting. Despite having Worth on the ropes, Worth believes he's superior because of his background and history at Easton. Worth pulls out a capsule of magical essence extracted from other students and drinks it. This gives him a power boost. He gives a spiel on second magic and says only a few double-liners can pull it off. Worth believes Lance is weaker than him because he hangs around flunkies. Lance refutes Worth's claims and defeats him. Worth recalls a memory with his father. Worth's father says he'll always be worthless to him, even if he were to enter the Bureau. Lance hands Worth his reference book and claims how they share similar lives, although Lance doesn't like how Worth is as a person. He respects his effort and leaves Worth to contemplate. Meanwhile, Mash fights Abyss and Abyss uses his accelerated magic to weaken Mash. Abyss finds Mash's goals revolting despite his situation being similar to his. Abyss asks Mash to go all out and whips out a device that drains magic power. Abyss says Lemon will lose her magic forever alongside her mark in 30 minutes. Abyss continues their assault on Mash and stabs him. Mash uses his abdominals to grab Abyss's sword and headbutts him. Mash asks Abyss about his red eye, and Abyss explains it's called an evil eye. This eye temporarily disables the magic of all who fall under its gaze. Abyss says he's the natural enemy of magic users and has been feared and despised his whole life. Abyss casts a force field and attacks Mash. He explains his opponent's speed decreases within this realm, and he inherits their speed in return. Mash punches the floor to narrow Abyss's movement route, allowing him to use different bodily named combos to defeat Abyss. On the ground, Abyss contemplates his past and wishes he was born normal. He was useless to his parents and now feels Lord Abel will think of him similarly. Mash asks Abyss to become friends, but Abyss feels he'll one day grow to hate him like the others. Abyss warns Mash not to fight Lord Abel because what he saw from him wasn't his true strength. Mash says he plans to fight Lord Abel and says he doesn't mind Abyss's evil eye powers. Love asks the boys numerous times if they think she's cute. If they think otherwise, she plans to destroy them. Dot says he has interests in a different girl, so Love continuously attacks him. While Dot's struggling to fight Love, she informs them that Milo will turn specific people who open the door to stone. Love warns Dot and Finn if they don't defeat her or Milo in 30 minutes, Mash will turn into a statue. In a flashback, Dot recalls when his sister motivated him to stand up for himself. With this memory, Dot awakens his Ira Cruz, a mark that'll amplify his powers to cross a specific threshold when his emotions spike. Love surrenders due to Dot's might, enticing Milo to jump back into the fight. He tries hurting Finn with his stone creature, but Dot sacrifices himself to avoid Finn getting hurt. Dot realizes Milo gave up on his petrification spell to fight them instead. Suddenly, the Divine Visionary and Adler Dorm's ace, Rain Ames, arrives and makes short work of Milo. Rain starts beating Milo senselessly to get details out of him while Love switches sides and joins Adler Dorm. Rain tells Dot and Finn to get out while Dot's confused about why Rain's here in the first place. Afterwards, Rain walks somewhere and looks for Innocent Zero's pawns. He runs into Mash and thinks he's one of the pawns. Rain summons an arachnibus that'll judge Mash's magic power levels to see if he's an ordinary user or someone dangerous. After defending himself from Rain's partisan magic, the spider learns Mash has zero magic capabilities. After guarding himself from Rain's other attacks, Rain asks Mash for his name. He recalls Wahlberg's words about a unique student he wanted Rain to look after and realizes it's Mash. Rain apologizes to Mash and hands him a magic kerchief that will heal his wounds. He warns Mash about Lord Abel and says without magic he'll be toast. Rain tells Mash to give it everything he's got to become a divine visionary candidate and leaves to continue his Innocent Zero mission. The episode closes with Mash visiting Lord Abel. Lord Abel being surprised that Mash defeated Abyss and complimenting him about his potential superiority. However, Abel wants to dispose of those who can't wield magic and those who shelter the weak. After Mash announces he can't support Abel's ideals, Abel attacks Mash with his puppets while Love stumbles upon the two fighting. After Mash defeats his army of puppets, he asks Abel what he did with Lemon. Abel doesn't give Mash a solid answer and confirms he's draining other students of their powers. Abel says he has a right to take from the weak and sends another batch of puppets to fight Mash. Mash defeats them with a swift punch, and Abel acknowledges his growth. Mash says after he beats Abel, he wants Abel to tell him what happened to Lemon. Abel sends Finn, who has been turned into a puppet, to fight Mash. Although Mash takes a beating from Finn, he uses his gold coin to break Abel's strings controlling him. Finn transforms back into his former self. Mash delivers a swift attack at Abel, and Abel uses a spell that transforms Mash into a puppet. Abel searches Mash's robe and thinks he has Mash's gold coin. However, it turns out to be a cream puff, and Mash attacks Abel and returns to being human, baffling Abel. Abel speculates Mash's spinal reflex kicked in, allowing him to attack Abel while under his control. Abel unleashes his final spell, Marione's second, Harm Puppet, which can transform anyone into a puppet within a 100 radius when its invisible strings touch them. Abel says these strongs will disable bodily control, so Mash can't rely on his spinal reflex to save him. Mash defeats Harm Puppet with ease, shocking Abel. Love says once Mash felt the string make contact with his left side, he grabbed and snapped them before he lost control of his right side. Mash destroys the remaining segments of Harm Puppet and uses his Hellfall technique to defeat Abel. Abel reflects on his past after being slammed into the ground by Mash. Abel reveals his mother's kind nature to the audience and says she got stabbed for caring for the underprivileged. Abel says his mother's demise led him to seek the best talent for his plan. Abel promises to revert the students to their human forms since he lost to Mash. Mash tells Abel he's not a bad fellow since he did all this for his mother. Abel frees everyone, and Mash celebrates his victory with Lemon and Finn. Lemon thanks Mash for saving her while Dot rushes over to join them in cheering. Meanwhile, Rain finds Lance and attacks him. It turns out this isn't Lance but Innocent Zero. Zero confirms they're searching for something important in the school. Zero admits that he entrusted Abel to find this thing but plans to kill him since they deem him useless. Zero flees and his partner, John Pierre, prevents Rain from pursuing them. Rain argues that Zero's power is on par with the divine visionaries and that nobody will stand a chance against him. The episode closes with Mash and his friends cheering while Zero heads their way.
Suddenly, Mash excused himself to go to the bathroom. Just then, the man Rain encountered, also known as Cell War, arrived. He saw Abel's injuries and thought he must have lost the fight. Cell War felt Abel was weak but thanked him for giving them information about Wahlberg bygone. Then, Cell used his magic to make Abel start choking himself. At that moment, Mash returned with some delicious cream puffs to share. But a fly landed on Mash's nose, making him sneeze and accidentally throw the cream puffs at Cell. Mash asked Cell to give the cream puffs back, but Cell just threw them on the ground, shocking Mash. Suddenly, Cell felt a headache, a signal for what he had been searching for, and realized it was coming from Mash. Cell was surprised to find out that Mash was the person they had been looking for, but decided to kill Abel first. Using his magic, Cell conjured a giant spike ball, but Abyss stepped in front of Abel and took the hit. As Abyss was pierced by the spikes, he apologized to Mash that they wouldn't be able to eat the cream puffs as promised. Mash then went up to Abyss and gave him a magical handkerchief. Cell was surprised when his attack didn't kill Abyss. Then he realized that Mash had thrown a rock at him just before he cast his spell, changing its direction. Mash got angry and attacked Cell with a rock, but that was small fry for Cell. Cell attacked with sharp carbon spikes using Carbo Rain, targeting Mash and Abel. Mash defended himself, breaking the spikes, but Abel believed Mash had no chance and called Abyss foolish for trying to protect him. Curious about Mash's power, Cell asks him what magic he used. Mash thinks about his answer and simply says power. Cell is okay with Mash not revealing his secret. Then, Cell reveals the Spellflexion Mirror, a feared magical item that reflects any spell cast at it. Dead recognizes the mirror and warns Mash not to fight it because it will reflect his spells and potentially kill him. So Cell taunts Mash to attack him and he got exactly what he asked. Without hesitation, Mash kicks and shatters the mirror. Mash's friends, for this first time, suddenly realize that he didn't use magic and all the time he's done some insane stuff, it was with his body. Cell notices a strange symbol on his hand, and he figures out it's because he touched Mash. Suddenly, a mysterious force grabs Cell and he quickly excuses himself, saying he has an errand to run but promises they'll meet again. Mash is relieved that Cell is gone and suggests taking Abyss to the infirmary. However, Abel informs him that Abyss is doing well because of the handkerchief Mash gave him and offers to take Abyss to the infirmary, thanks Mash, and promises to repay the favor. Mash's friends are amazed that he didn't use magic, but they're worried because if people find out, he could be expelled. Mash starts trembling and admits that he can use magic. His friends assume he must have a good reason and decide to protect his secret with all their might. Suddenly, one of the students who was previously captured by Abel wakes up and overhears everything. The student plans to report to the teachers. Surprisingly, Mash remains calm, accepting that his secret is out. This surprises his friends, leaving them curious about his next move while he simply eats a cream puff. Later, Cell returns to Innocent Zero and informs him that he has found what they were looking for. Innocent Zero realizes that his wish is about to be fulfilled and instructs Cell to retrieve it.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.